There was a lot of concern in the Tesla industry lately because of a Bloomberg report claiming that the Model 3 and Model Y production lines were going to be shut down for 2 weeks due to chip shortages. And Elon was very quick to actually comment on this and make sure people knew what was actually going on. So for one, he said that there were part supply issues, most likely microchip shortages, but the shutdown only really lasted 2 days. And they used those 2 days to upgrade some of the equipment within Fremont. So who knows, this could result in some better quality control with the Model 3 and Y moving forward, let's hope. And he also mentioned that the Model S and X production lines are almost done completely retooling, and they're only in trial production right now, so the Kilowatts has actually been locating a few refreshed Model S's and X's. Yes, for the first time, they've actually spotted the new Model X with the chrome delete. Didn't get a look on the interior, so we don't know about the yoke making it into production, but we are seeing refreshed Model S's on the factory parking lot, so it's no longer in the prototype phase, as in they have probably built some of the first Model S's with the redesign that are going to be delivered to customers. But Elon has also said they don't expect mass production of the S and X to begin until the second quarter. But he did mention that the demand for these vehicles is very, very high, which should be good news for Tesla, because I imagine that the profit margins on these vehicles are fairly thick, and they have so much demand that they're going to have to go back to a 2-shift system for the Model S and X, which they haven't done for a while. And he also mentioned they plan on having the Model 3 and Model Y production lines up to full speed again within just a few more days. So I wanted to set the record straight. In fact, I was almost close to making a video about the shutdown, because at first when I read the headlines, I was like, ooh, 2 weeks is kind of a long time, and that would probably put quite a dent in vehicle deliveries for the quarter. But now I think only 2 days officially being shut down, and yeah, it takes a little while for the factories to ramp up to full speed again, and chip shortages do happen and they affect the entire industry. But finding out that there is in fact high demand for these high-priced cars, Model S starting at $80,000, Model X is starting at $90,000. That does not even count the Plaid variants, which are both $120,000. These are the most expensive Teslas they've been selling for a while, but I think we might end up seeing a surprising number of deliveries for the first and second quarter, especially knowing that there's a lot of people that were probably thinking about buying a Model S and X but weren't quite sure if they wanted to pull the trigger. And now, because of all the amazing updates to the interior, the exterior, improved drag coefficients, improved range, they finally got the love that they deserve. So that is probably bringing a lot of people to upgrade that haven't bought a new Tesla in a while. So we might see the peak of those S and X deliveries start in the next couple quarters and might actually push the needle a little bit on estimated deliveries. We'll find out in the coming months, of course. But interestingly enough, in response to someone talking about batteries, Elon mentioned how they plan on using iron phosphate for more batteries, especially in standard range vehicles. But use that term, standard range vehicles, I guess it works because, you know, they make more than one Tesla. But the thing he doesn't really acknowledge currently is that there's only one standard range Tesla in the lineup. It's just the standard range plus Model 3, because to follow up on my previous video where we talked about the Model Y standard range being an off-menu item, we've actually heard from a lot of people that have tried to order that and call in Tesla, actually not hear anything. So when Elon said off-menu, he was really only referring to existing inventory. If we're hearing these reports correctly about the standard range Model Y, it sounds like they're not even going to be producing that many more. Maybe that's something that they're going to be scrapping during that 2-day Fremont shutdown process, and they're going to dedicate more of the factory line to be designated for dual motor vehicles. And sounds like those of you who are lucky enough to take delivery of a standard range Model Y have a very, very rare and unique vehicle now, because for the foreseeable future, it doesn't sound like they're going to have a standard range plus or long range rear wheel drive Model Y, which is a bit of a bummer. But hopefully at the next earnings call, should be in a couple months, we could get some answers about why they took it away, and if they were planning on taking it away anyway, why introduce it in the first place. But yeah, at the end of the day, the main takeaway from this video to understand is that Fremont was not shut down for 2 weeks. It was only a 2-day period because of parts shortages, and they used those 2 days to retool a lot of the equipment. Hopefully that results in some better quality control. We'll see in the coming weeks. And Model S and X demand is very high, and the first deliveries for those honestly could be any day now that we're seeing them out in the parking lot, and they're not prototype units. They have the proper paperwork and they look like they're ready to be delivered to end consumers. So I can't wait to see the first deliveries take place and we can actually get some IRL footage of these things. And I hope you guys are as excited as I am to see those 0 to 60 times with the Plaid powertrain. That's gonna be insane. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have an excellent rest of your day. Take care.